Michael Jackson, he was dangerous. He once did the old untouchable joints. They was going after one kid, and this kid was walking in the sidewalk. Michael Jackson was in the car. He whistled at the kid, like gave the kid a whistle. Then when the kid turned around, he said bye-bye, and killed him right there. He come from that area. He come from this part of D.C. that was well respected called Trinidad. Trinidad in northeast D.C. Trinidad. This was like a certain area that was real known for killers coming out this neighborhood, and this crew was like real strong and all that. The Trinidad mob.
Late 1980s, early 90s, Washington, D.C. wasn't a place for the weak. A lot of out-of-towners were coming to the city looking to make money, but would never come back. You're talking about a time where a 15-year-old kid is respected as a killer. Harlem's Alpo Martinez will come to D.C. unwelcome if you ask Michael Frey. He would warn Alpo not to hustle in the city, but Alpo will continue to set up shop. It's been alleged that Frey himself had taken 10 kilos from Alpo. I guess that will be the second warning. Alpo wanted to be the man out in D.C. The only way that can happen if Frey went away. The only way to get rid of a boss is to find a way to get close to him, which would be hard, especially to someone that don't like you. Alpo found just the right guy to do so. Michael Anthony Jackson met Frey in prison years ago and built a cordial relationship for Jackson to ask him for a front. Frey would front him a brick of cocaine. After he failed to repay his debts, Frey pressed Michael Jackson. Alpo would hear about this, and he would convince Michael to kill Frey. It would work out for the both of them. Jackson wouldn't have to repay anything, plus Alpo offered him half a brick and $9 grand. July 16th, 1991, Michael Jackson would set up a meeting with Frey. While Frey sits in his car, Jackson would fill him with 6 bullets. Frey would die hours later. Michael Jackson was playing both sides. He shows up to the funeral telling guys that Wayne Perry did it. He noticed the mother of Wayne Perry's child being present and hearing him spread the lies. So he would hurry up and tell Wayne that she was the one telling the lies. She would end up dying sometime later. Michael Jackson and Wayne Perry will be indicted for the execution of 9 individuals with the cooperation of Alpo Martinez.
Frey was killed by Michael Jackson, a dude from the Madness Shop.
Right where?
The Madness Shop up in see, I'm talking DC stuff.
So Michael
Jackson was a drug dealer who worked with a bunch of guys up northwest. And he came to Wayne and Alpo and said, your boy Frey's coming at you. And both Wayne and Poe understood that they weren't going to ever get next to Frey. They weren't going to be able to get at him. And he said, don't worry, I'll take care of it. But you got to give me a kilo. And they, yeah, go ahead. And so Michael got a couple of guys, and they jumped in the car with Frey and put a bullet in his head, in the back of his head.
But why was Michael Jackson able to get? First of all, who is Michael? The only Michael Jackson I know.
No. This is a drug dealer who's in prison, probably for a long time. Still, at least I hope the hell he's in prison.
Michael Jackson.
Jackson is his name.
And he was close to Frey. That's how he was able to do that.
Yeah, because Frey had contacts mostly in Southeast, but you got to understand, DC's a small town. I mean, everybody knows everybody, and Michael Jackson was the type of guy who Frey would probably let in the car behind him. In other words, Frey wasn't going to let Wayne in the car, and he wasn't going to let any of Wayne's people in the car with him. That wasn't happening.
Did you ever speak to Michael Jackson and find out why did he?
Well, that's a funny story.
Tell me, I want to know.
Well, we locked him up for that murder.
For Frey's murder.
Yeah, and I thought, wow. And but he was also deeply involved in a big drug operation that was going out of Lewisburg with Rayful. And so the U.S. Attorney's Office said, well, you can lock him up for the murder, but we really want him on this drug stuff. It's another part of the political bullshit. And so I'm just bullshitting with, hey, Michael, what's up? So, I'm the one that's got the warrant for you guys. And he's like, oh, really? And I said, yeah, dude, so tell me, why'd you kill Fred? Man, That's some bullshit. I did, man. And I said, well, man, we got 3 witnesses that tell us that you did. What the hell were they doing? Were they looking out the? Were they standing around on the street while I was looking out the window at them? Well, that's exactly what the witnesses saw. When he was driving down Bryant Street, he's in the back seat of the car, and I had 3 civilians, regular folks, that lived on Bryant Street who were looking at the same thing, especially after the gunshot. And they saw his face under the street light. And I said, well, dude, I didn't tell you anything about a car, and I didn't tell you anything about you looking out the window, and I didn't tell. So, yeah, that's exactly right. They saw you stick your face out the window when you shot the dude. And he's like, well, wait, so he starts backpedaling on me. I said, man, enough said, I'm good. I don't need nothing from you. And so I left, and I wrote